Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast Adventures. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sophia. Today we're talking about something that makes everyone nervous. First dates.
Oh wow, yeah, even thinking about it makes my palms sweaty. But here's the thing, if you can handle a first date in English, you can handle almost any conversation.
Exactly. Dating conversations use so much natural, everyday English. Plus, you learn how to be charming, how to ask questions, how to show interest in someone. These are super useful social skills.
Before we jump in, we want to mention something. Our videos are only getting like 60 to 80 views right now, and honestly, that's just not fair to all the English learners out there who could benefit from this content.
Right. So if this episode helps you, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and share it with your friends who are learning English. It really helps us reach more people.
Oh, and don't forget, there's a free PDF with all the vocabulary and expressions from today's episode in the description below. Grab it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do today. We'll role-play different first date scenarios. Meeting someone for the first time, sitting in a cafe, walking in a park.
And after each scene, we'll break down the useful vocabulary and expressions. We'll explain everything clearly so you can use these phrases in real life.
One of us will be shy, the other will be more confident. Because let's be honest, that's usually how first dates go, right?
That's so true. Okay, ready for our first scenario?
All right, so we're meeting for the first time at a coffee shop. I'll be the confident one, and Michael will be a bit shy and nervous.
Perfect. Let's do this.
All right. Excuse me, are you Michael?
Oh, yes, that's me. You must be Sophia?
That's right. It's so nice to finally meet you in person. You look exactly like your photos.
Thanks. You too. I mean, you look great. Really pretty. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. I'm nervous too, actually. Should we grab a table? What are you in the mood for?
Sure. Probably just a coffee, maybe a latte. What about you?
I'm thinking hot chocolate. I know it's not very adult of me, but I have a sweet tooth.
That's actually really cute. I love that you know what you like.
Well, I'm full of surprises. Come on, let's order and find a cozy spot.
Okay, let's break that down. There were so many useful expressions in that short conversation.
Yes. First, notice how I said, "It's so nice to finally meet you in person." The phrase in person means face-to-face, not through photos or video calls.
Right, and I said you must be Sophia. That's a polite way to confirm someone's identity when you're not 100% sure.
Good point. I also said you look exactly like your photos. This is a great compliment for online dating. It means their photos were honest and recent.
And when I said I'm a bit nervous, I was being honest about my feelings. Sometimes honesty makes people feel more comfortable with you.
Absolutely. Then I said, don't be nervous. I'm nervous too, actually. I was being reassuring. That means making someone feel better or less worried.
The phrase, "what are you in the mood for?" is super natural. It means, what do you want? But it sounds more casual and friendly.
And I said, I have a sweet tooth. This is an idiom that means you really love sweet foods like candy, cake, or hot chocolate.
When I said that's actually really cute, I was showing that I found something charming or endearing about her. Cute here doesn't mean physically attractive. It means sweet or adorable.
Finally, I'm full of surprises means you have many interesting or unexpected qualities. It's a playful way to create curiosity.
Now, let's continue the date. We're sitting at our table with our drinks. This time, I'll be the more confident one, and Sophia will be a bit shy and nervous.
Sounds good. Let's see how this goes.
So, this is a really nice place. Do you come here often?
Actually, no. I usually just make coffee at home. I'm not really a going out person, I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm a bit of a homebody myself. What do you like to do when you're at home?
Well, I read a lot, and I've been trying to learn guitar, but I'm pretty terrible at it.
No way. What kind of books do you read? And don't say you're terrible at guitar. Everyone starts somewhere.
Mostly mystery novels. I love trying to figure out who the killer is before the end. And you're sweet to say that about guitar, but I think my neighbors would disagree.
Well, maybe you just need soundproofing or very patient neighbors. I'd love to hear you play sometime.
Oh, I don't know about that. What about you? Any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? Well, I make a mean pancake breakfast, and I'm surprisingly good at mini golf.
Mini golf. That's so random. I haven't played that in years.
Well, maybe that could be our second date activity, if you're up for it.
I'd like that.
Wow, that conversation flowed really naturally. Let's break down the key phrases.
First, "do you come here often?" is a classic conversation starter. It's maybe a bit old-fashioned, but it works for getting someone talking about their habits.
I said, I'm not really a going out person. This means I prefer to stay home rather than go to bars, restaurants, or social events. Then I said I'm a bit of a homebody myself. A homebody is someone who enjoys spending time at home. Myself here emphasizes that we have something in common.
When I said I'm pretty terrible at it, I was being modest, maybe putting myself down a little bit to seem humble.
And I responded with no way, which is an informal way to express surprise or disagreement. Then I said, everyone starts somewhere. That's encouraging advice, meaning everyone begins as a beginner.
I mentioned mystery novels and said I love trying to figure out who the killer is. The phrase "figure out" means to solve or understand something.
When I said, you're sweet to say that, I was thanking you for the compliment. Sweet here means kind or thoughtful.
The phrase "my neighbors would disagree" was a humorous way of saying my guitar playing is loud and probably annoying.
I make a mean pancake breakfast. When something is mean in this context, it means really good or impressive. It's slang.
And I'm surprisingly good at mini golf suggests it's unexpected or not obvious that you'd be skilled.
Finally, if you're up for it means if you want to or if you're interested. It's a casual way to suggest something without being pushy.
Hey, before we continue with more dating scenarios, can we ask you a quick favor?
If you're enjoying this episode and learning some useful English, could you hit that like button? It literally takes 1 second and it helps other English learners find this content.
And we love reading your comments. Tell us, what's the most nerve-wracking part of dating in English for you? Or share a funny dating story if you have one.
Your engagement really motivates us to keep creating these episodes. Plus, YouTube shows our videos to more people when we get likes and comments.
All right, let's get back to our dating adventures. Next scenario, we're taking a romantic walk in the park.
So now we've finished our drinks and decided to take a walk in the nearby park. The weather is nice and we want to keep talking. Sophia, you'll be confident this time and I'll be the shy one.
Got it. Here we go. What a beautiful day. I'm so glad you suggested we take a walk. The fresh air feels amazing.
Yeah, it's perfect weather. And this park is really pretty. I come here sometimes when I need to clear my head.
Oh, you come here to think. I love that. What kind of things do you think about?
Well, usually work stress or life decisions. Sometimes I just watch the ducks and try to forget about everything for a while.
That sounds really peaceful. I do something similar, but I go to the beach. There's something about water that just calms me down.
The beach sounds incredible. I haven't been to the ocean in years. Do you go alone or?
Usually alone. I know that might sound lonely, but I actually enjoy my own company. It gives me time to recharge.
I don't think that sounds lonely at all. I think it sounds really mature and self-aware.
Thank you. That means a lot. You know, you're really easy to talk to.
Really? I feel like I'm rambling. I'm not usually good at this.
At what? Having a conversation? You're doing great. And I like that you're genuine. It's refreshing.
Well, you make it easy. You're a really good listener. That was such a sweet conversation. Let's look at the vocabulary that makes it work so well.
First, I said, "What a beautiful day." This is an exclamation showing enthusiasm about the weather. Very common for starting conversations.
When I said, I come here to clear my head, that means to stop worrying and think more clearly. It's a really useful expression for talking about stress relief.
What kind of things do you think about is a gentle way to ask someone to share their thoughts or feelings. It's not too personal, but shows interest.
I mentioned work stress and life decisions. These are common topics that make you seem relatable and human.
There's something about water that just calms me down. This structure, there's something about X that does something, is great for explaining feelings you can't quite describe.
When I asked, do you go alone, or I left the question hanging, the or invites the other person to fill in the information without being too direct.
I said, I enjoy my own company. This is a nice way to say you like being alone without sounding antisocial.
Recharge means to rest and get your energy back. It's often used for introverts who need alone time to feel good again.
When I said, that means a lot, I was showing that the compliment was important to me and made me feel good.
You're really easy to talk to is a wonderful compliment for someone you're getting to know. It means conversations with them feel natural and comfortable.
I feel like I'm rambling means talking too much or going off topic. It's a way to check if you're boring the other person.
Finally, genuine and refreshing are both great compliments. Genuine means authentic or real, and refreshing means pleasantly different or new.
All right, for our final role play, let's imagine we're sitting on a park bench and the date is coming to an end. This time, I'll be the shy one and Michael will be confident.
Perfect. This is always the most nerve-wracking part, figuring out how to end a date gracefully. This has been such a wonderful afternoon. I can't believe how fast time flew by.
I know, right? It feels like we just sat down at the cafe. I've had such a nice time.
Me too. You're even more interesting than I thought you'd be from our messages.
Oh, stop it. You're just being nice.
I'm serious. I love how passionate you are about your hobbies, and you have such a great laugh.
You're gonna make me turn red. But thank you. You're pretty amazing yourself.
I hate to say this, but I should probably start heading home soon. I have an early morning tomorrow.
Of course, no problem at all. I should get going too, actually.
So, I'd really love to see you again. Maybe we could do that mini golf thing we talked about?
I'd really like that. When were you thinking?
How about next weekend? Saturday afternoon?
Saturday sounds perfect.
Great. I'll text you the details. Can I walk you to your car?
That's very sweet of you. Yes, I'd like that.
That ending felt so natural and sweet. Let's break down those key phrases for ending a date well.
First, time flew by is a common expression, meaning time passed very quickly because you were enjoying yourself.
When I said you're even more interesting than I thought you'd be from our messages, I was giving a compliment while referencing our previous online conversations.
Oh, stop it is a playful way to respond to compliments when you're feeling shy or embarrassed. It's not rude, it's actually kind of flirty.
You're just being nice is what people say when they think someone is giving them a compliment just to be polite, not because they really mean it.
When I said I'm serious, I was emphasizing that my compliment was genuine, not just politeness.
Passionate is a great word for describing someone who really cares about their interests or hobbies. It's very attractive quality.
You're gonna make me turn red means you're going to make me blush. It's a cute way to say someone's compliments are making you feel shy.
I hate to say this, but is a polite way to introduce something you don't really want to say, like ending a nice date.
I have an early morning means you need to wake up early tomorrow, so you need to go home and get to bed at a reasonable time.
I'd really love to see you again is a direct but polite way to express interest in a second date.
When were you thinking is a natural way to ask about timing for future plans.
Finally, "Can I walk you to your car?" is a classic gentleman's offer that shows care and consideration for the other person's safety.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly review some of the most important dating expressions from today's episode.
Great idea. These are phrases you'll hear in movies, TV shows, and real-life dating situations.
For meeting someone, you must be. It's nice to finally meet you in person. You look exactly like your photos.
For showing interest, tell me more about that. What are you passionate about? You're really easy to talk to.
For being encouraging, don't be nervous. Everyone starts somewhere. You're doing great.
For sharing about yourself, I'm a bit of a homebody. I have a sweet tooth. I come here to clear my head.
For giving compliments. That's actually really cute. You're surprisingly good at. You're genuine and refreshing.
For ending the date, time flew by. I'd love to see you again. When were you thinking?
And remember, being honest about nervousness is totally okay. It makes you seem more human and relatable.
Let's share some quick tips for English learners who might go on dates in English.
First tip. It's okay to say, "Sorry, English isn't my first language," if you need a moment to think, or if you don't understand something.
Second, ask follow-up questions. What do you mean by that? Can you tell me more about that? These keep the conversation going and show you're interested.
Third, use simple, clear language. You don't need fancy vocabulary to be charming. Being genuine is more important than being perfect.
Fourth, practice common conversation starters at home. What do you do for work? What do you like to do for fun? Have you been to this place before?
And fifth, remember that your date is probably nervous too. Even native English speakers get tongue-tied on first dates.
Most importantly, be yourself. Your personality is what makes you attractive, not perfect English grammar.
Let's talk quickly about cultural differences in dating because this varies a lot around the world.
In many English-speaking countries, it's normal to go Dutch. That means each person pays for their own food and drinks.
But it's also common for one person to offer to pay for everything. If someone offers, you can say, "Are you sure?" to double check, or "That's very kind, thank you."
Physical contact on first dates is usually minimal. Maybe a hug, hello, and goodbye, but don't expect more than that.
Eye contact is important in Western dating culture. It shows confidence and interest. But don't stare, that's uncomfortable.
And texting after the date is normal. A simple, "I had a great time today, thank you," is perfect to send later that evening.
Remember, every person and every culture is different. When in doubt, just be respectful and follow the other person's lead.
Let's quickly mention some common mistakes that English learners make on dates.
Don't say, "How old are you?" or "How much money do you make?" These are considered very personal questions for a first date.
Avoid talking too much about your ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends. Keep the focus on getting to know each other now.
Don't use your phone constantly during the date. It's rude and shows you're not interested in the person in front of you.
And here's a grammar tip. Don't say, "I have 25 years old." Say, "I am 25 years old," or simply, "I'm 25.
Also, be careful with compliments about appearance. Your "beautiful" might be too strong for a first date. "You look nice," or "I like your style," is safer.
Finally, don't worry too much about making small grammar mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes too, and most people won't even notice.
All right, everyone, here's your homework for this week.
Practice the role-play scenarios we did today with a friend, language exchange partner, or even in front of a mirror.
Write down 3 questions you could ask someone on a first date. Make them open-ended questions that lead to interesting conversations.
And practice giving genuine compliments. Look for things you actually appreciate about people, their sense of humor, their kindness, their interesting stories.
And if you're feeling brave, try starting a conversation with a stranger this week. Doesn't have to be romantic. Just practice being friendly and asking questions.
Remember, confidence comes from practice. The more you practice these conversations, the more natural they'll feel.
We want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us, what's your biggest fear about dating in English?
Or share a success story. Have you ever been on a date in English? How did it go?
And if you have specific questions about dating vocabulary or cultural differences, let us know. We might feature your question in a future episode.
We read every single comment. Even if we don't reply immediately, we see them and they help us plan future episodes.
Your engagement means everything to us. Seriously, it's what keeps us motivated to create these episodes every week.
Before we say goodbye, let's do a quick vocabulary challenge.
I'll give you a situation, and you think about what you would say. Ready?
Situation 1. You're nervous and want to admit it to your date. What do you say?
I have to admit, I'm a bit nervous. Or, sorry if I seem nervous. First dates always make me a little anxious.
Situation 2. Your date just told you something interesting about their hobby. How do you show interest?
That's really cool. Tell me more about that. Or, wow, I never knew that. How did you get into that?
Situation 3. You want to suggest a second date. What's a casual way to bring it up?
I'd love to do this again sometime. Or, we should hang out again soon. What do you think?
Great job if you thought of similar answers. These are the kinds of phrases that make dating conversations flow naturally.
All right, that's a wrap on today's episode about first date English.
We covered so much ground today. Meeting for the first time, cafe conversations, park walks, and how to end a date gracefully.
Don't forget to grab that free PDF in the description. It has all the vocabulary and expressions from today's episode, plus some bonus phrases we didn't have time to cover.
And please, 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 if this episode helped you, smash that like button and share it with other English learners. We're trying to reach more people who could benefit from this content.
Leave us a comment too. Tell us what you want to hear in future episodes. Dating vocabulary, job interview English, travel conversations. We take requests.
Before you go, click the video on the screen to watch another episode that'll help you with your English conversation skills.
Thanks for spending time with us today on English Podcast Adventures. We'll see you next time.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, you've got this.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.